we're going to talk a little bit about some types of angles. So the first one we're going to talk about are vertical angles. So I have two angles that are crossing over each other, two lines, and they make four angles, and I've labeled them 1, 2, 3, 4. Vertical angles are angles that are congruent across from each other. So if we think about angle 1 right here, it is congruent to angle 3. That means they have the same value. So if we know one was 72, then the other one has to be 72. So the way we would write that is a little angle symbol, kind of like a little weird little L sorta, an angle sign with 1, and equals with a breve above it, like a little swirl mark, a little kind of wave above it means congruent. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Angle 2 here is congruent to angle 4. This is an example of vertical angles. So know that when I say vertical angles, or when they are two across from each other, they're vertical and they have the same value. So the next thing we need to talk about are straight lines. So straight lines always equal 180 degrees. So again, we've got our image here. And if we look at angle 1 and angle 2 together, they make up a straight line right here. So they together equal 180. If we look at angle 2 and angle 3, they make up a straight line right here. So they equal 180. Then if we look at 3 and 4 here, they make up a straight line there. And then finally, 1 and 4 make up 180 degrees on a straight line, so they are 180 added together. So for example, if I had something like this, and I knew this one was, I don't know, let's say 110, then I would be able to know what this one is, because together they make a straight angle. So 110 from 180 gives me 70. So that means this one would be 70 degrees. All right, so two other words that we have talked about before in years past and other math classes you've heard about are supplementary angles and complementary angles. So there's a couple ways you can remember. Supplementary starts with an S. So if we think about drawing an S, and we can just attach it out, and that's 180 degrees. So supplementary are 180 degrees total. So if, for example, this angle 1 and angle 2 would be 180 degrees, kind of like the straight lines we talked about. So together they make 180 degrees. When we look at complementary, these are two angles that when we add them together equal 90 degrees. Okay, so let's say, for example, we had a 90-degree angle, and it was maybe cut here. We know it's 90. Perfectly 90 degrees. And maybe we call this angle A and this angle B. Angle A plus angle B would equal 90 degrees. These are complementary. It starts with a C, so you can think about a C and then bring a little dotted line down. These are 90 degrees. So that's another way to help you remember. So we could know that maybe this one was 80 degrees, and we would know what this one is. It's 10 degrees, because together they equal 90 degrees. So make sure you've added this vocabulary to your spiral and have some examples written down, and that you will submit those.